Okay, well we've got it to, we've got the front escutcheon, we've got a clear panel, and we've got the front plate. There's a, if you can see, this is loose, but it's glued at one end by some double-sided tape or something, and to take it off I might be damaging something, so I'm going to see if I can clean it with it in place. It'd be nice to take it off, but may not be happening because in behind here is filthy as. So I'm not sure what I'll use to clean it. It'll have to be something really gentle, and of course when these little felt things go back for the sliders, they'll have to be glued back in. So it's the final stage of the front panel. The last bit of my cleaning to do for the front panel is this piece of metalwork, this piece of plexiglass strip, and the rest of the front panel, which is what you see with the knobs and etc. On the rear it's quite dirty. The coloured and tinted plastic that goes on the front, it's loose, and I'd like to be able to take it off, but it's held by some tape at the end, so I'm going to just simply try and clean it in situ as best I can. I wish I could take it off, it would make life so much easier. Actually, this strip is quite amazing. Actually, it's actually a sandwich. I didn't realise that, but it's actually a sandwich of a plastic sheet and a brushed aluminium sheet. That's interesting. So how thick is each of them? Oh, okay. Yeah, the thickness of the brushed aluminium is be about 1/3 of a millimetre. Overall it's about 2 millimetres thick. Now it's just 2-layer, but even so that's still pretty amazing. It may not be as hard to clean as I think, because I don't need to worry too much about the outer edges, because that's all covered by the thin metal sheet that's covering this. But it has machined or lasered out little sections, including the counter, the VU display, and very fine numbering for all of the calibration levels, the RAM numbering, the bias level, EQ, etc. Very fancy piece of manufacturing, actually. Very fancy. So, alright, I'll get to and clean it. Okay, I've cleaned the front panel with warm soapy water and air dried it with a compressor, that is, to make sure there's no streaks left. And yeah, it's come up reasonable. It's got a few little marks and nicks and whatever, but it's basically pretty good. So I shall start putting things back together. The first thing to do for this panel is to put on the little felt slider things. They go, take off the old glue and place them back in line and glue them down. I'm using quick grip. I think will do the job nicely. It's similar sort of elasticity to the glue that's coming off. Unfortunately, not all of the glue I can take off properly. Some of it just peels off, but other parts just stick to the felt, so I have to be careful. Yeah, see this one, it's not coming off. Almost, oh no, it was almost going to break away the felt. I caught it in time. Alright, so I'll just finish doing these. Right, this is the last one to go on. These little felt strips. I've laid it down a little line of glue and last one. Oh, this one's being the most difficult. The rest went on really well. In fact, what's going on? I'll do this again. Don't know why, but yeah, it didn't want to seat properly. Right, let's try again. Yeah. Now I've made some marks on the back of the panel to help me align it so that I get them right in the right spot. And just make it nice and straight. I usually stretch it out a little bit. Make sure it's at the mark. Yep, okay. Well, that one's a little bit better that time. This was definitely the hardest one. Alright, now I'm going to lay something flat on it and for a while, and just to make sure that it's as flat as can possibly be. Now, there we go, some cassettes. They come in handy after all. The battery's a bit of an overkill, but I didn't have anything else handy. Alright, let's wait for that to dry. Well, now that these are glued on, these little felt strips that cover the slider controls, they're glued back on. So, and I've washed this whole panel. I've used warm soapy water, and it's pretty clean. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. So I will now start reassembling bits of it.